You. I guess no intro today because I gotta just get straight to it. I gotta get home. I was just on Boss's channel, but was excited about his pickup and I got my work done. So I said I'm excited about his pickup, so I'm gonna take a look at it real quick. See who jump on, see who up late night, man. My Vamp Life players out here. How many of y'all with it? You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see who out there first, and then once uh once y'all jump on, I'm gonna jump into the front real quick. Daniel, what's good? AKOYE, what's good? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight Year. Kelvin Hicks, what's good? D.A. Lee, Pat 1984, what's good, man? Joshua Williams, Young Maine, my brother, what's good, man? All y'all jumped in the building real quick as well. It says 5 of y'all here, but it's more than that. I can see it's more than that in my chat. Toxic Splendor, Pappy Villa, Eric Sibby, what's up? Uh, Isaac or Isaac 01, what's good? Yes, want. And Sonny's M1, Chris Padilla, Sir Lawrence McKinney, y'all in here, man. Y'all getting that? Y'all about that vamp life. I said if I got more than 20, 30 people to jump up real quick, I was going to jump on. Eastside Harold, what's good? Just Blaze, what up? What's good? He said, what's good, big dog? You think we got the right DC? That's what Pat 94 said. I think that yeah, we got my number 2 option. I wanted either him or Rex Ryan. I was pushing for Rex Ryan more because of the 3-4, but I like them both. So we're gonna take a look at it and we're gonna find out right now if we got the right one. What's up, Andrew Zumas? He said, what up, Okoye? I'm tired as hell, but you gonna keep me up with this breakdown. Laugh my ass off. Facts. Yeah, let's do it, man. And you said you want to hear my knowledge about conspiracies about and conspiracies about life one day. All you gotta do for that, man, like I said, hit me in my DMs, man. There's a lot of people who call me. We talk on that type of stuff all the time, man. So all you gotta do is hit me up. You'll see what it is, man. It's a lot going on. Do you think Zimmer's strict attitude will help the culture? It's going to be from nice teacher to a mean one. I mean, mean teachers are definitely the best teachers, but if you think that that doesn't help, you tripping, man. Anybody's going to hold you accountable and not make this a nepotistic environment, meaning they're not just going to promote and play players based off how much they like them. Guys that are gonna a guy that's gonna come in here and say you're gonna play based off of your merit, and make this a meritocracy is what we need. So I think Zimmer has already shown throughout his career he's been that, and his teams have always been tough and rugged teams. What we're gonna look at is his last year in Minnesota, and we're gonna look at the game against Green Bay. I don't know if they won this. I think they might have won this game. I don't remember, but somebody will tell me. I'm pretty sure it was a close game. I think it was like 34-31. I just can't remember which way um, it went. But let's see what he was deploying out there as far as his schematics, and we'll look at it tomorrow. I'll get into all of the X's, the O's, my feelings, and all that. Right now, I just want to dive into the film real quick. So let me add that to the stage real quick. Remove the current comments. Make sure y'all hit that like button because I'm not gonna be on the screen, so I'm not gonna see what y'all saying. But definitely all super chats and love and shares are welcome because I'm up late. So make sure you show appreciation. Let's go. Where we at with it? Hold on a second. Black screen. All right, they started off on defense. This is the entire game, so I'm gonna have to skip the Packers offense. I mean defense. I'm gonna have to skip their defense when they're on defense. Let's see what they came out with from the rip because they came out just firing. So right now, what are we in? They got Harrison Smith at the bottom of the screen, blitzing. So those who ask, like, I'm yawning already. For those who ask, like, how would they be using the safeties? You can already see he likes to use his safeties all over the place. Right now, it looks like they're in like a cover 4 type of look because they look like they're in zone in the middle of the field. But let me see a little bit further. They are in zone in the middle of the field. This may be cover 3. Yes, it is. And it's a cover 3 with a blitz, with a safety blitz. And they cleared that drag pretty fast to Adams. You see Adams breaking open right here in this zone. just caught him in a bad look, and they didn't get there fast enough. Aaron Rodgers had too much time in the pocket. They kind of snuffed out that blitz, and then Adams just went crazy on him, man. Yep, good play there. You see here, you got Barr still in the middle of the field there. Barr takes Cooks up the seam, and when he does that, Adams just accelerates past Hicks, and Hicks sits down, and that's just space and opportunity. Like I said, they caught him in a bad call on that one. They caught him in cover 3, and then just called the perfect route for Adams on that play. Let me make sure you guys can see it before I get too far in the film, because like I said, I am going straight through it. All right, got it. All right, yep. Y'all looking, y'all good. All right, let me jump back over here. Where is it? There we go. Boom. All right, what are we in? They're in the nickel set right now, maybe even dime. Yeah, they're probably no, they're in nickel. They're in nickel with a safety covering. That's another thing Zimmer likes to do. He'll make his safeties covering man in the slot. So you'll see guys like Easy Mukwamu probably get more value in this scheme, along with Wanye Thomas, because of their ability to actually play slot corner very well. So you'll see Bland in his normal position, but you'll probably see them use guys like Izzy and Wanye when they don't want to go out there and dime. Here they're playing. Looks like just playing a cover one with a zone in the middle of the field, single high safety with Harrison Smith. Everybody else is in man, and you can see there that safety. I think that's Xavier Rhodes. Is it? No, who's number 23? I think that's Xavier Rhodes actually driving on the ball, making a play. This is a nice play. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, boo. Smack. Yes, that's. I think that's Xavier Rhodes. Not Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Woods, not Rhodes. Woods, sorry. Rhodes is 29. Woods 23. That's who I meant, though. I meant Woods the whole time. Looks like cover 2 here. So you get some multiple safety looks out of this guy. Let's see what they're doing up front. Always touted at being able to be physical and stop the run. Even when he's not stopping the run, you're only going to run on him, if you're running like committed, meaning you got to run like 30 times a game to actually tire these guys out and run on them. Otherwise, you're not running the ball on Zimmer. Now, this is what I want to see, and these are the plays that I'm looking for, because I want to pause it right here, right now. This is double A gap pressure. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to show you guys something else really quick, just to make my point here. Hold on a second. Present, share screen, stop share screen. Let me share this other screen real quick. I don't know if I exited out or not, and I didn't. Yeah, let's go back over to this window real quick. I want to show this because this is what you'll get with a double A gap pressure look. These are a lot of the A gap pressure plays from Micah Parsons. I just want to show these plays real quick, where when I say double A gap pressure and Micah at linebacker, doesn't mean he's not pass rushing. And this is why I say that. When you see him there, he's in the A or the B gap in these shots, right? Here he's on the edge again, but we'll get through it. But yeah, he's on the edge here. But he'll be able to do this too, obviously. But I want to show you him in the A gap, like here. You'll see Micah Parsons here a lot in a Zimmer defense, because Zimmer sees, and I know anyone else will see, good things happen when Micah Parsons lines up here, even when he's not getting the sack, as you can see here. The only reason Kurtz has the ball in his hand is because of what Micah Parsons did on this play. So he can pass rush on third downs like you see here. But when you talk about that double A gap scheme, what comes to mind for me is Micah Parsons being one of these guys that's here in the middle of the field, able to either cover or go after it and change the game and kind of wreck the game from here. So, and even when he's not blitzing, he has an effect on the game because you have to pay attention to him. Whereas when you look at Barr or Kendricks, they're not guys that scare you when it comes to blitzing. You're not like, oh my God, I hope that Kendricks is not, blitzing. Now, even though they're good blitzers, they're not Micah Parsons standing here. If Micah Parsons is standing here, one of five, you're paying attention to him because he can just do stuff like that. At the end of the day, even though he doesn't make the play here, you'll see him there a lot. And you'll see, Zimmer actually try to coach him up on what to do when he's standing in that A gap. So these types of looks, you're going to get more of this than you will 3-4 because Zim's not a 3-4 guy. So you're going to see Micah Parsons lined up closer to the ball, which I don't hate because, this is where I wanted him in Dan Quinn's scheme, interior. Sometimes you'll see him with his hand in the ground, but these are the things that you're going to get. And I brought you to this film because I wanted you to get a fresh look at how effective he was from here so that when you see Anthony Barr or when you see Kendricks lined up in this spot, just imagine what Micah can do that these guys aren't doing in that spot. Stuff like this, right? Getting the ball out of their hands quick. Although this was a perfectly timed screen pass, you can just see how quick he wins from the middle of the field. These are most of his midfield or middle of the field rushes, and you can see what happens there. Even when those linemen take and pay attention to him, other guys get an opportunity to make plays. But that center is shitting bricks right now because Micah Parsons wins so damn fast, right? Incomplete pass here. You know what I mean? Bad air throw through behind him because you have to get rid of the ball so damn fast. There he's late. He's late on the pass rush and still gets there. Had he not been communicating, he would have got a sack on that play. But that's just how dangerous he is when he's standing there. He wins so damn. Look at this. Like this is ball in the dirt. Like these are the plays that I was looking at where I'm saying, how do you watch this if you're Dan Quinn and don't do this in your biggest moments and in your biggest games? You put him back on the edge where he's not the guy from there. You know what I mean? He's good from there. Not great. Shout out to Terrence Parsons too. I just did a show with his brother and we talked about this. But when you put him in the middle of the field on early downs, you could just see the effect. Look at how quick here he gets held. You'll see that happening too. But you get my drift. Like here he's kind of like in the will position at will backer. You're gonna win, just run through two guys, get himself a sack. Like this is what you'll see him doing in a Zimmer defense because Zimmer's going to use him this way because Zimmer likes to frustrate the A gap as well, and you can see how quick he wins in the A gap. The difference is, like you saw there. Let's watch this one again. The difference is here in this next play, you won't see Micah Parsons doing this with cushion on the outside and those guys lined up 15 yards off the ball. Like, look how fast he wins, but he has somewhere to go with the ball because they're playing off. You know what I mean? So those things frustrated me when we saw that. Micah's a guy that can win so fast, whether he's in the A gap or on the edge. It's like, why would you not be playing press man? But he'll be doing other things now that you have Zimmer as well. So those are the things I want to see. Here's my knock on him being at edge right here. I showed this before, and I'll show it again. This is what teams elect to do because he's only 250 pounds. If you double team 250 pounds with 600 pounds, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So you don't put him in those positions consistently. This is where he needs to be because he's a pass rusher and he could do his other things from here, as you can see. He's a force in the middle of the field, in the interior. And that's where Zimmer's those are my alarms, my bad. But that's where Zimmer's going to use them, man. You can kind of see there's only a couple more clips here, and then I'll get back to the Minnesota footage. So I just wanted you guys to just get this stapled or tattooed in your subconscious mind. Micah Parsons in the A gap is what you want. Why? Because of this film right here. When you watch it, you get an understanding for what he's going to be able to do in the middle of the field, and the implications and the things he'll be able to do is just limitless, man. You got so many options from there. It's crazy. And then on third downs, he could do that type of stuff, man. But all right, and knock my mic off. How long was I gone? Was my mic off for a long time? I don't know. I don't know. I hope not. Yeah. Uh, KC's podcast says this hire is a dream come true for me personally. I wanted him to be head coach, but this is a start. Once we can get big Mike, then we can have Mike Z fully take over and lead us to the promised land. I think both of those guys together is cool, man. It's cool. Good. I was only going a couple of seconds. That makes me feel better. All right, let me get back to presenting the other screen, and then we going from there. I'm tired as all hell too, y'all. So excuse my yawning if y'all hear me yawn, because I'm tired. So here we go. Share. All right, let me get over there. All right, so here's that double A gap pressure. Let's see what we're doing from here. Let me make sure y'all can see it first of all. Yeah, let me move this shit. My bad. KC. Y'all couldn't see. I want y'all to see everything, so I'm moving myself too. Hold on. All right, here we go. Boom, back in here. All right, so what are we doing here? So this is like a cover one blitz. Everyone else is playing man. He has a little bit of time, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. He brings on this one. He brings what, 7? Yeah, he brings 6. So he brings 6 on this play and barely gets there because he didn't have a pass rush over there in Minnesota that was like that. Like Danielle Hunter, he might get you 8 to 10 sacks, but he's not getting them because he's a pass rusher. He's getting them because they cover in Zimmer's scheme. He covers so well that he forces quarterbacks to hold the ball long enough for you to get there, and then he blitzes a lot. So he'll get sacks because of that. But if you look here, nobody is open. Aaron Rodgers gets that ball off, but nobody was open. You get what I'm saying? But look at what happens up front, and just imagine Micah where 54 is or where 55 is. Just watch this. You know what I'm saying? Or 54 there. You know what I mean? Neither one of those guys get there, but Micah from there, we just showed you what he's able to do in the middle of the field, and having him standing there almost every play is like almost not fair, man. It's almost not fair. Let me get them off of offense real quick. I'll get back to the defense. Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, they're in nickel, 2 high safety. Let's see what they're in. Looks like man under. Yep. This is just basic 2 high press man under, which I like a lot. It's one of the best defenses to run. Because you get a little bit of everything. You got your linebackers on the field. You discourage a quarterback from being able to throw almost anywhere deep, and they have to throw the ball short or run the ball. Dak sees this, he pulls the ball down or he throws the ball short. You're not really getting a lot of big plays when you see that 2 high safety look out there, whether that's cover 2 or 2 high man under. That's what you see here. Danielle Hunter's just breaking down, playing contain. Those guys front side are squeezing and kicking it back to him, and then he can go make the play once he clears Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Is that Hunter? No, that's number 98. I don't know who 98 is. In this play, they look like they're in their dime. This looks like a dime package. A lot of DBs on the field. Looks like dime cover 1. Let's see if they're looking at the quarterback. They may be in like they're in like a man zone, because you see this bracket coverage on the slot. These 2 guys are bracketing, but Patrick Peterson is in man. Everyone else is in man, but the interior they're in zone. So it's like a man zone look. Still has time. Again, no one is open. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to beat Zimmer in the air if you're just coming out and firing it out. You got to buy time. This is their dime defense, but you got to buy yourself some time because these guys are not open. See what I'm saying? He gets to the top of his drop, but they don't have pass rushers here either. So that's the other thing you have to pay attention to. That's the same thing I said for Wink Martindale. You're going to get a better Mike Zimmer because of the fact that he has what he didn't have in Minnesota, he has here. Think about the last time you think about Minnesota having a top pass rusher. They had guys like Everson Griffin, who you thought highly of because he got some sacks, or you had guys like Jared Allen. I think back in the day, I don't know if that was him or not. I don't know if he was there with Zimmer. You had Danielle Hunter. These guys they get okay. They get you some pressures. They get okay sacks, but their primary, even if you go all the way back to Cincinnati with Dunlap and Guys like the other Hunter, that big dude that he drafted, big dude like 6'8", 280. He drafts big giant defensive ends. That's why he can stop the run with his front four because he doesn't care to have a traditional pass rusher out there. So on his team, he favors guys more like you'll probably see a line that looks something like this, like a Osa at defensive end with D Law at defensive end, as your weak side defensive end, not your strong side. And then you'll have two guys in the middle like Mozzie and Hankins. That's the way he runs his defensive line. And then his linebackers are versatile, prototypical guys. He doesn't usually have your Robert Quinn types or even your Micah and Fowler types out on the edge. He wants guys that can set the edge and that can deal with double teams and whatever they have to deal with. And that's what you usually get with him. You know what I mean? You don't usually get the guys that are just traditional pass rushers. You know what I'm saying? Boom. What were they? It doesn't matter what they ran on that one. I don't really care. They threw the ball. It was a swing pass. Boom. But you see, 96 and 94, those guys are stout. Both of them are like, it's like having two one techs out there. So he would have a Mozzie and Hankins on the field at the same time. You'll see stuff like that happen. You'll see Sam Williams get used a lot more because of his size, because he fits the build of an Everson Griffith type big guy that's athletic as hell, though. So, but if you ask Sam Williams to anchor down, that 270 comes in handy. Both him and D Law are guys that were probably favorites as a defensive end for a Zimmer. So I don't even know. People are talking about Micah Parsons a defensive end, but I don't even know if Zimmer would even want him at defensive end in his scheme, to be honest with you. And that's not me. That's just honest. Like he never has small defensive ends. Even when he had Greg Ellis, he had Greg Ellis here. You know what I mean? He had guys like DeMarcus Ware here. Like he had huge defensive ends. He doesn't go for the little guys at defensive end. That's just not his thing. That's not his thing, bro. Let's see where we're in. All right. Looks like at the bottom of the screen, they're probably in some sort of blitz package because of the alignment. You see that 3x3 no set, 3x1 tight set, if you call that tight end, uh, a one, you know what I mean? But if you look at that and you see the alignment, that corner, Breland is there on the bottom of the screen, and you don't have a corner in the slot on Adams at all. So this is probably cover three with some fire in the middle of the field. Harrison Smith is likely blitzing because he's not helping in coverage on that far side of the field at all. But let's see. Somebody's blitzing probably though. Oh, Harrison Smith is not. And nobody blitzes. Good. See what I'm saying? That disguise kind of confuses everybody because it doesn't make any sense when you look at it and say, hey, why is Harrison Smith down here in the box and not guarding Devontae Adams? But when you look at what they did to guard him, look at what he did to guard him here. Now let's see if it works. They're playing zone. This is a cover two, and you have Kendricks playing that deep middle. You have Alexander running up the seam. You have Woods staying over the top, and then Breland and Patrick Peterson are watching the quarterback shallow, and Harrison Smith is darting out to the middle of the field or deep middle late, and he's looking directly at Adams as he does it. Let's see if he tries to hit Adams in the seam. He doesn't, because he can see Harrison Smith can drive on that. But that's a good way to make a quarterback have to decide what to do post snap, because pre-snap it looked like you were going to get some fire, you're going to get some blitzing, and you didn't get any of that. So now he has to pull that ball down. Look what he does. He just throws to the flat because he doesn't have time to adjust to what's happening deep. Smart way to like confuse him, because look at the line of scrimmage. You would almost bet based on the fact that Adams is not being covered. You're like, it's no way they're asking Kendricks to cover Adams, right? So you know that you're getting some sort of cover two or cover three. But you would think that since Harrison Smith is on this side of the field, one of these two guys are blitzing. So you're probably getting Breland or Harrison Smith blitz on this play, but you're not. You're not. But look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at what he thinks. Let's see where they slide protection. They slid protection to the right. Slid protection to the right. Play action. And let's see what Aaron does. He wants to hit that seam right there, but he pulls it down. and throws it to the flat. You could see him staring down Adams on that play, but he saw Harrison Smith late. And I think he was checking. That was his read. He was like, depending on what Harrison did on that play, was going to determine what Aaron Rodgers did on that play. He was watching for Smith to see if he jumped back there or not. Right now, they're in most likely cover 2 because of what they're doing in the slot. They got 3 linebackers on the field, so they're probably in cover 2. Doesn't matter. They're running the ball anyway. Good run fit. Let's see what they're doing here. Look at Everson Griffith. He kills the line of scrimmage right there. Boom. Those guys all you saw is purple. When you look at right here, look, watch this. Right after the snap, watch this. You see all that white? Now watch this. Purple. It's all purple. All those guys up front won. Everybody. And then you got 98 back here just trailing. So there's nowhere to go with this football for the run fit anyway. Like everybody won on this play. Everybody. Vigil, everybody. Play action, cover 2. Kendricks is running up deep middle. Woo! You saw that? Watch this. His coverage is always good, man. Always. Zimmer has great coverage packages, man. Let's watch this again. Watch the top of the screen. That is, I think this is Breland. Is it? Yeah, it's Breland. So Breland's standing over there, right? Now Aaron sees Adams, and he's going to try to get this ball to Adams. Breland opens his hips, just turns his hips, gets back around quick, and jumps that. Beautiful. He wants that back because that should have been a pick, bro. That's the difference between your coach not being there anymore and still being there. But he definitely can change the game for the Cowboys because he's a guy that can win games with just his defense. You're going to win some games this year because of Zimmer. Not because of an interception or a sack, but because they actually just flat out stop a team. He can do that, especially bad teams. So if you're looking at those games where it's saying, like, you see how we say, well, we only beat that bad teams, we only can beat bad teams. This gives us the balance to beat the shit out of good teams because it gives us the extra defensively. That's all we needed to be able to go out and compete against the San Frans. Everybody keeps talking about, can he stop the Shanahan tree? I'm tired of hearing it, and I'll tell you why real quick. You know what I mean? Let me make sure my mic is on. Is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. The reason you can't really argue the Shanahan tree with me is because people have very short memories. Shanahan did not kill us. Do you understand? Shanahan did not kill us, okay? Not offensively. Their defense is what killed us, okay? So that's the problem. It wasn't Shanahan lighting up our defense, our defense. It was our defense. Their defenses killing Dak or something else, right? It was very rarely the Shanahan tree offense. We did very well against Shanahan, defensively. So I'm not afraid of that, and I think that Zimmer's another guy that's just going to take this defense, up a notch. Here we go. Let's see where we're in. Looks like man under with too high, but the fact that Patrick Peterson is playing off, I would argue that someone is blitzing. Maybe that nickel is blitzing, or maybe Barr is blitzing because he wants to keep everything in front of him. So he doesn't think he's getting help. Because I do think if Patrick Peterson thinks he's getting help, he ain't playing off. Or he knows he ain't getting help because that safety is probably helping Alexander in the slot. Let's figure out which one it is. Well, we don't get either. Well, let's see. What were they doing? Let me just see if I can see whether they was blitzing or not. Did anybody blitz? I can't tell. Let's see. Did Barr blitz? I don't think he was blitzing. I don't know. Damn, I wanted to see what they were going to run. Now they're in that double A gap package again. This is what we'll love, like I said, with Micah Parsons, when both those linebackers are standing in the A gap and you don't know whether they're coming or going. You know what they're doing. Harrison Smith is playing man uh against Adams underneath, or he's playing short zone. Actually, this is a cover three, but I like it's an aggressive cover three because they had Harrison Smith instead of having him come down late, they just had him press, and they had Alexander the nickel press, and they have Kendricks already dropped back, and then they blitzed Barr in the middle of the field, or at least they made him play spy because he's occupying the center right there. Boom. They get what they're looking for. They get a quick pressure. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, they're playing cover three. A Barr is blitzing. He ain't spying. He blitzed. He has to pull that ball down. They called something in the secondary, most likely. I don't know what it was. Are they in double A gap again? Nope. This is more like a B gap pressure, but you see Harrison Smith kind of faking the blitz there, and he's going to dart back to the middle of the field. So this could be, wow, look at that. This is a cover two. But look at how, this is what I say, having a rangy safety like a Izzy Mukwamu doing what Harrison Smith is doing right now, or a Wanye Thomas, he's going to love those guys. And he's going to love what Hooker can do too. But those three safeties are going to be the favorites. Trust me, unless they get injured or he just can't stand their personality, which I don't think is going to be a thing because he don't give a damn anyway. You know, he wake up gang banging on bacon. So I don't think that'll be a problem. But you're going to see those guys used in heavy rotation, even over Wilson and Curse. You know, if Curse is here, I think Wilson's a striker, but you see strikers in his defense. Like he had Roy Williams, so it's not like Wilson is not a guy that he likes. He likes guys that are like that, but he wants you to have range too. So they're going to have to be able to do this type of stuff. Because look at how much ground Harrison Smith covers to get up that seam right there. This is what he asks of his safeties is just crazy. Like, look at this. Watch Harrison Smith at the bottom of the screen. Watch what he's doing at the snap. At the snap, he's at the line of scrimmage. Watch where he ends up. Look at this. Boom. And he gets there. He's there. So if Aaron would have tried to beat him up the seam, Harrison was smacking. He was smacking him on that. And this is I think this is cover. It looks like cover three, but I'm not quite sure. It's a weird cover three because if it is cover three, Harrison Smith is the third corner. I mean, the third depth, or he has 33% of the field, but he should be on the other side of the hash, or he's just making a headsy play because there's no one on the bottom half of the field covering that half. So if this is cover three, it's a cover two. They're just playing cover two off. So Patrick Peterson at the top of the screen is in cover two, but he's carrying Adams wisely, carrying Adams up the seam. Up the sideline rather than just letting him go. What you saw when we play zone is a lot of space and opportunity. When these guys play zone, you can kind of see it, like, because sometimes when you see guys play cover two, you will see that guy down here in the flat because that's his responsibility. But if no one's over here in the flat, what the hell you down there for? If you can see your guys kind of like running up the sideline, carry them to the point where you can give your safety enough time and buy them enough time to be able to actually make a play. And that's what you see Patrick Peterson doing there. And you see Harrison Smith trying to bait him there. You know what I mean? And where does he go with the football? He pulled it down. He pulled it down and loses the damn football. You know what I'm saying? And that's because pre-snap, I just showed you. Let's look at why that happens once again. Pre-snap, this is what you get. Pre-snap, this is what you got. It looks like some pressure is coming, and I think it is. I think Barr actually blitzes, maybe both of them. Let's see what Kendricks and Barr. No, neither one of them blitzed. Nobody blitzed on this play, but it looked like they did. You know what I'm saying? I swore they did, you know. But again, it makes him hold the ball longer because post-snap, you see him going through progressions. Aaron's going through progressions trying to figure out what these guys are in, what they're doing. And he doesn't even know until after right now, he has no clue what they're doing. He doesn't know this is cover two because it doesn't look like cover two. Now he knows, all right, it's cover. Oh, it's cover two. I didn't even know it's cover two, and I stared at it for a while, right? And I can pause it. He has to be out there in a split second and figure this out. This confuses quarterbacks. And while he's going through, he's at his second progression right now. While he's going through it, now he went back to the first progression. So that's three. That's his third progression. But while he's going through that, his line, his pocket is collapsing, and now he gets hit. He gets to his fourth progression. He's double pumping that ball. He knows he doesn't have anything, and he pulls it down. And because of that, they get a sack. Now remember when I told you these guys get sacks, but it's not because they win fast and he has pass rushers. They're getting sacks because the coverage is so good. They force quarterbacks to hold the ball, and then you guys just have time to get there. But when you have a team like ours where we actually have guys who can play stout versus the run on the edge and pass rush, it gets a little scary, man. So I think that he's gonna love this depth and what we have on this team, and because he hasn't had it, he hasn't had this over here in Minnesota. I would argue that this roster defensively is better than anyone that he's had in Minnesota for sure. He's had some great rosters in Cincinnati, I think, but I still would argue that this one is probably the most depth, and that depends on what we do also in the offseason at linebacker. But I think this is a hell of a roster for him to start off with. Again, Harrison Smith is in the box. Don't know what he's doing. They're running, so it doesn't matter what he's doing. You don't get anywhere, though. Those guys are at the line of scrimmage. And that's the other beautiful thing about them being at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to be blitzing to load the box. You just have to show blitz to discourage. There's a couple ways to stop the run. You can just flat out stop it like they do, right? You can blitz to stop it, like run blitzes. You can have a certain scheme like a 3-4 that's just designed to stop run anyway. Or you can show blitz and not blitz, but you still have guys that if they happen to run the ball, they're already at the line of scrimmage, right? So Harrison Smith is at the line of scrimmage already, right? So they happen to run the ball and they're in the proper fits. Those linebackers just waited for that to get kicked back to them. And this is what we didn't do a lot of. We were getting pushed out of position a lot, but those linebackers are waiting for it to get kicked back to them. Let me see here. I got to go back to that. Look at this. Just watch the way the line slides, the defensive line, the entire defensive line. At the snap, boom, they all slide to the right. Guess where your linebackers know they have to go? They're both going to slide to their right or left, right? Because the entire defensive line just slid to the right. So if he's going right, which is strong side now, he's going to lose because that defensive line is already on it. And if he cuts his back, which he does, boom, those linebackers already know he has to. They trust those guys up front. What we'll see is over pursuit on the back end here with Bell or Clark. They would be over here in the front trying to beat this play off his first action. But that's not trusting your guys. These guys their job is to win over here. Trust that they are because they got numbers up there. They're going to win and just hope that it comes back to you. And that's what happens. It comes right back to you. And did you see what Kendricks just did to his block? He didn't get pushed. He didn't give up an inch. Watch this. Watch Kendricks on this block. Did I go past it? I think I did. All right, watch Kendricks on this block. Watch this blocker. See this? Boom. Folded him in half and still makes the tackle. We ain't seen that one play like that out of any of those two linebackers, Bell or Clark, because they can't do it. Micah can do that. They can't. Overshawn maybe, but they can't. All right, they're in, looks like cover 2. Yep, they're in cover 2. But look at how they play their zone. See, I keep saying this because when you have a good team that plays zone well, they communicate well, and they'll also chase their man out of to the perimeter of their zone, right? Instead of just standing in their zone watching the quarterback, they will rally. It's sort of like herding. It's like sheep herding. They will herd or funnel the traffic to pass it off to their help before they turn around. You see what Patrick Peterson did? He passed Adams off to Kendricks, right? So now he's securely with Kendricks. Kendricks can cover that because he's like, hey, you brought him to me, versus giving him a window. There was no window. And now the only place he can go with this ball is where Patrick Peterson knows he's going with this ball, which is why he peeled off, turned around, and now is going to drive and make this tackle. Boom. That is beautiful cover 2. That's how you play it right there. That's how you play it. That's textbook cover 2 as a corner. That's how you play it. Harrison Smith showed blitz on that play and is not blitzing once again. He's up. Look at Harrison Smith on this play. He's up the seam. Look at where how much ground he had to cut. You got to be in shape to play safety for this guy. Because look at where he is. Harrison Smith is in the hip pocket of that tight end right now, and he was at the line of scrimmage a second ago. He had to chase that all the way up the field. You got to be able to play ball if you're playing for Zim. You better be able. You better be in shape because you will be running. Now we're in looks like a cover 3 with Xavier Woods down here in the slot. Yes, it's a cover 3. Well, maybe it's cover 1 because they all look like they're playing man. Well, it looked like some zone in the middle of the field. It's cover 3. Doesn't matter. Cover something. It looks like cover 1 or cover 3. It's cover 3 because they're not aligned to play man. Nobody's playing man. They're playing zone. Boom. But they play man like they play zone like it's man because they actually chase the guy that's in their zone as if it's man. You know what I mean? So they followed on this play. Let's see if they're actually playing man or if they're playing zone here because he just followed. That would be interesting. They're running, so it doesn't matter. What's it called? False start or something. Let's watch this run fit before it gets blown up though. And this is similar to this is like a 3-4 look they have going on right here. I like it. So that shows Zim does do a little bit of this 3-4 type of stuff because you see they got 4 down linemen, but then it's like 4-3 over because you got the down lineman with his hand in the ground. But that to me is the same as 3-4. Like if this was 90 was Law here and this was Micah Parsons over here as the Sam where Barr is, I would still call this like a 4-3. I mean a 3-4 or a 4-3 over. Doesn't matter to me which one you call it when you look at that way, but boom, destroy the line of scrimmage and all you see is purple. All you see is purple. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah, he like big stout guys. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. That's why they stopped that. What are they in here? Boom. Harrison Smith again at the line of scrimmage. This time, is he blitzing? No. They're playing cover 1, and he's playing robber. Yep. Still can't get that ball to anybody. Look at that. And that's Aaron Rodgers, but this is tight coverage, man. He's tight coverage. He's making it hard on Aaron Rodgers each time. This time, they're not blitzing. It looks like they're blitzing, but what did 55 just do? You see that? 55 sees that his fullback is coming here, and he just meets him in the gap and makes him block instead of run his route. So that's so he doesn't have to cover him. See, he hit him so he doesn't have to cover him. And now there's nobody to chase. Because if Micah Parsons is on that fullback and he blitzes, and that fullback has to do now blitz pickup, that's putting him on his heels. He can't go out now and chip and release because he doesn't have time to. They're in man, too high man. Yep, too high man. So you're not getting anything off in the middle of the field. Everything right now is covered. The only thing I can see him doing is maybe throwing to the flat or scrambling. Yep. Well, he's scrambling because ain't nowhere to go with that ball. You know what I'm saying? So if those guys would have got a sack, it's a coverage sack. It's not because they have the pass rush to do anything. Look, boom. He's at the top of the set. There's nowhere to go with this football. Where's he going? There's nowhere to go with it. So he has to pull this down. He had no choice but to pull that ball down. There was nowhere to go with the football. Let's see what they're in there. Like Zimmer's coverage is crazy. I don't know if he was a secondary coach during the Super Bowl run when he was a staff member, just a member of the staff, but it seems like it because he's a guy that always gets the most out of his secondary. He took Terrence Newman with him everywhere he went. He took Roy Williams with him everywhere he went. Even when he left here, he took those guys with him. So you can kind of see that he favors secondary players. Harrison Smith became a great player under him. Right now, we're in looks like. See, this is like a man zone. It looks like because I see Alexander looks like he's playing man, but everybody else underneath look like they're playing zone. And then those 2 safeties in the middle of the field are definitely playing zone. So I don't know what this is. Some of those guys are playing man though, but Breland at the bottom of the screen is not. So this is like a man zone. Some of the guys are playing man, some are playing zone. 23 looks like he's playing man. Harrison Smith was playing zone over the top. That was a good route. Why did it win? Maybe it was a miscommunication because they all looked like they were doing something a little different. All of them. Let me see what they ran. And it looks kind of crazy. Flicked it. All right, let's see. The alignment says zone because they don't have anybody lined up over the seam. So who's guarding the seam? And they got like a 4x1 set. So they look like they're playing cover two, but you see guys following. All right, boom. They're in man at the top. Okay, now I know why Breland is standing there. So they're in cover one. But the reason Breland is just standing here is because he had tight end assignment, and that tight end number 81 is still down here, standing there or blocking and releasing. So he's waiting for the release. That's why he's still standing there. He's not playing zone, actually. He's standing there waiting for him to release. And let me make sure I'm right. He is. But he doesn't even follow him, though. Even though he was waiting for him, he didn't follow him. He let him go. Uh, yeah, the rest of these guys are playing man. Yeah. And he sees that he has that side of the field to throw that ball away from Harrison Smith. Good throw. Good throw. But good call because it was, pretty difficult to see what he was doing at first. So he's still holding it. But look how long he's still holding the ball. He gets nothing on the ground, man. You dudes are stingy on the ground. All perfect run fit so far, and I think we're in the second quarter. I haven't seen one good run yet. Look at those linebackers. Like, look at this. This is linebacker play. Give up no ground. None. They gave up nothing. Like, watch this. Just watch 55 and watch 59, 55, and 54 on this play. Just watch them. Boop. So right now, 55 is engaging with 74. When you look at the defensive line to the left of them, you got Harrison Smith free. Then you got 98 with his outside shoulder free. 96 outside shoulder free. Tomlinson 94 outside shoulder free. You can't cut this back, folks. 93 is pressing the line of scrimmage up front. He's pushing. He's getting his 2 yards that he's supposed to get. Vigil number 59 just met that pulling tackle, and his outside shoulder is free. So now there's a kill zone in the middle of the field, and you got to deal with 22, 55, or 54. You choose. Boom. 54 just got engaged by the fullback. By the tight end, right? Kendricks. Watch what Kendricks does to him. Barr already beat 74, and he's making a tackle. Barr won fast as hell, but he won and Kendricks won. Both of those guys. Look at 74 and look at 81. We don't get that over here. We get a bunch of our guys on the ground and guys running up the field. 54 and 54 and 55 just destroyed this whole blocking scheme by themselves. Like, yeah, you reached us, you got to us, but they met them in such a way that it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't matter. Let me make sure you guys can see I've been going for a while. Yeah, y'all can see. Y'all can see. Cool. He said 54 was in the hole. Lost in Translation podcast. What up, brother? Yeah, Kendrick's not even a big dude either. He a little dude, but he just played with great leverage. I like Kendricks a lot. All right, this is that double A gap look here. I love this look, man. I love it for Micah Parsons because it's like you be sweating bullets if you're a center having to look at this right now. You gotta you don't know what they doing, and you know they're gonna do more blitzing with him than not because of just how talented he is at doing. Now look, they blitz Harrison Smith on this one, and they blitz Barr. Barr just could decide what he wants to do. Barr's actually playing man against this running back 27, but because Harrison Smith blitzes and 27 is going to pick him up, Barr just decides I'm blitzing too. Why not? See, he could just choose. Imagine Micah Parsons being able to just choose whether or not he's blitzing or not. You know what I mean? Based off of what the running back does. If he's covering the running back and that running back stays in. Because the reason I say he wasn't blitzing at first, because look at his first step. See, he went to cover and then he let it go. Or he was trying to trick him. But one of those guys is on 80 on 27. One of them is on 27. And yeah, well, he was blitzing maybe the whole time. He just was faking it. He was blitzing. But that was a nice little fake. But he was faking it. But yeah, look at this again. Let's look at this again. Just look at this and think. Just use your imagination, right? Look at this. So imagine a Wanye or a Izzy or a Hooker or or a Wilson. It doesn't matter. A safety out of this safety room, they're all good. But imagine when those guys at the line of scrimmage blitzing this way, and Micah Parsons being 55 here, right? And then you got Sam Williams and D Law on the outside, and whoever you choose in the middle of the field, whether it's Mozzie, if Hankins, or Mozzie and Osa, or Chauncey and Osa, or Chauncey and Mozzie, or Chauncey and Hankins. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But in the middle of the field, you got this, right? Just imagine that. Boom. And Micah Parsons and those guys are coming on that side of the field. They're going to win fast as hell. And you're going to force a lot of interceptions because they're going to force the ball out of your hands pretty fast. So you can sit on routes if you're a defensive end. Look at that stretch play. Smack. They destroyed that stretch, man. Nice stretch play. But watch this. So you got Vigil front side. Harrison Smith is playing that backside. Let's see. They know they're going to get some pull action, which they don't get. They thought they were getting that, though. So right now, Tomlinson is pushing up the A gap, which he's supposed to do. He's trying to cut off that cutback lane. Kendricks is just pressing the gap, and so is Barr. He's using that length right now and just riding that to the ball. Yep, and him and Tomlinson smack that, kill it. Great run fit. Great run fit. Everybody said Barr was trash all of a sudden when he got to us. He was trash because that shows how bad we were at utilizing linebackers, because every linebacker that came here didn't look good, but they were good already. Like Barr was good before he came here. Evans was good. Evans had a great year. 159 tackles. I keep saying that because to to get 159 tackles is hard. To get 159 tackles and 10 tackles for loss and a lot of tackles for like 2-3 yards is extremely hard. If you're getting 150 tackles, but they're downfield, that's different. But he got 159 tackles for the Falcons before he came here, and then suddenly everybody in the Cowboys nation was like, "I don't know what you're looking at, AKOYE. Maybe he's trash." Like, you sound crazy, because they are trash when they get here because of the way we use them. When you ask a lion to be, soft and cuddly, is that's not him. That's not how they are. Just looks like cover one. Everybody's playing man underneath with some zone in the middle. Boom. He has to hold that. Look how long he's holding the football though. He's holding. He's holding. And if he wasn't holding the ball early, he's throwing into coverage. You know what I'm saying? So if he had pressure in his face early, he was in trouble. He holds the ball and then late to the flat, but he was being watched by Patrick Peterson anyway. But watch this. You making Aaron Rodgers one progression, two progressions, three progressions, four progressions, four progressions, and an incompletion. That's coverage. Here he is. He made a switch. You see Anthony Barr standing in the A gap, faking the pressure, I think. Let's see if he's coming. Nope, he faked it. He's watching that running back. They're playing cover two, man under. He can release that. I think Anthony Barr is either playing hook to flat zone or he's spying, because you can see Breland at the top of the screen waiting for that running back to release. Are they in cover two? They're in cover two. That's beautiful. This is cover two, but they were playing a little soft. This is a soft cover two. That's why Breland didn't move, because you can see Kendricks carrying the seam route. So he's playing deep middle. That's cover two. But look at how much space there isn't in this zone. Aaron Rodgers, the only reason Breeland is playing off because Aaron Rodgers is not looking to the left. So Breeland's just watching him, and kind of staying deep. But he would hug the flat on 27 if Aaron Rodgers was looking that way. But you see front side where he's looking in that window, if he throws that fade route, Patrick Peterson's gonna float under that because he's watching it. If he throws underneath, Alexander's going to drive on 83. Kendricks is on that same route. You know what I mean? Playing trail technique into double safeties. Look at that. He has to come off that and go back to the opposite side of the field. And there's nothing. There's no time to do anything. No time to do all that. So the pass rush is not even great. It's nothing. Their pass rush is really pedestrian. But it looks better than it is because you got so much time to win. You're going to give this defensive line this kind of time to get to the QB. You're going to buy them that kind of time with your coverage. That's not even fair, folks. Not fair. That's the second drive. I'll probably give y'all one more drive. One more drive, then I got to go home. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I just was on Boss Cowboy show, so I'm going to give y'all one more drive because I actually want to do more, but I'll do more tomorrow. Why not? But right now, I'm going to give y'all one more drive. Let's see. Maybe two. We'll see how quick I can get through this drive. All right. This looks like cover 2 or a 2-man under. Let's see. Press man. Patrick Peterson's either rerouting there. This is man under. Oh, no. They're playing cover 2 again. The way they play cover 2, like at the snap, it reads as man, right? But you see, watch this. This is what I mean by playing zone the right way. Watch how they play zone. They don't just go into their spots and let you run. Look, they match up with you. Watch this. Watch right here. Right here, if you're a quarterback and you're looking at that, right? You don't see any, they're not looking at you. Their backs are to you. It looks like man. You're going to read man right away. It's not man. It's not man. It looks like it though, but it's not. I like that. Look at this. Watch this. Boom. It's cover 2. It's cover 2. But look how much time they buy. Now Aaron sees Adams though. Adams has space, but look, he have space. Look at the depth that Patrick Peterson has in this play. Patrick Peterson can trail this and cut this off. Let's see if he does. See, Aaron sees him though. Patrick steps right into that zone, right? Aaron saw that, right? What did Aaron have to do with the ball? He pulled it right down. Aaron looked frantic out there right now. You got Aaron looking like a young buck. He looked frantic. And they're putting up points, but I don't know how. I don't know how they're doing it. Because this game, I think they had 31 in this game, but don't look like it. It don't look like it. When did they get them? How did they get? That's why I want to look at more drives. Because so far, so damn good. I don't see them doing anything. They're not doing anything. This looks like too high man under. Let's see what it is. Kendricks blitzes. And they're playing cover 1, looks like, with a blitz, with a linebacker blitz, run blitz, nothing. But what did it look like? Nothing. Does it look like he's blitzing? No. Nope. But he is. See what I'm saying? Boom. Good run blitz. And then nickel again. Boom. Playing cover 2 again. He likes cover 2 too. And I like how he plays it. So Aaron Rodgers now figures out his cover 2. He's waiting for what? He's waiting for that seam route to develop, but you can see Kendrick still running up the deep middle of the field. Aaron might throw this because they're running that little scissor concept right there in the middle. So they're making the safety and the linebacker choose. So they do have a pocket. I don't know if Aaron sees the right side of the field, and he does. He tries to throw it short because he doesn't have time. Look at that, man. How many times have we seen Aaron Rodgers in this game put the ball in the dirt? Look. still holding the ball. He don't want to. If Aaron is not just going out there and dicing you up, it's because he's having trouble assessing what you're doing. You're confusing what we would call right now active roster, active quarterbacks in the league today, the best quarterback in the game today, if he's playing again this season. And in this game, he was clearly the best in the league at the time, other than Tom Brady. And I would still say he's up there, right? He was second to number one and number two, depending on how you judge it. You know what I mean? And if you're judging talent, the most talented quarterback in the league this season, he's confusing the shit out of them. He's confused. This is film. Now, people will look at the stats or the score and be like, he lost to Aaron Rodgers. But look at this game. Aaron Rodgers is confused as hell. They're probably going to go make a halftime adjustment or something because I don't know how they scored in this game. I don't know how they scored. That was their biggest run, and was because they ran a draw play on an obvious passing down. That's it. This is not a run. I don't even count this as a successful run because you only got success because they don't give a damn that you're running. They didn't know you were running. It's the difference between being able to run and not is like if I know you're running and I can't stop it, then you can run. Then you're a good run team. If I know you're running, if I don't know you're running and you run the ball, I could give a damn. All right, they're back on offense. Yeah, they're back on offense. I got through that last drive in like 5 minutes, so this is cool. I can keep going. I'm trying to get out of here quick though. This looks like cover two again. More of see now they're playing man. Look at that. This is cover one. Is it? Yeah. See, I still don't know. But yeah, it's cover one. They just had Woods playing man coverage. You better smack, buddy. Equanimous St. Brown. Him and Amon Ra brothers, right? This is a blitz. He got rid of the ball quick. Let's see what Barr is doing on this play. Breland is impressed, man. Boom. He wins fast. He just beats the press because they blitz both linebackers on this play. Yeah, he just beats the press. But I like the pressure that they brought. But he beats the press. Look at this. Kendricks knows if I blitz and I hit that back, if that back's in for pass protection, or he's running out, he's gonna chip and release. Look at how he hits him. Smack. You're not running out now. Because that was his man. He really was playing man coverage. Only Barr was blitzing. But Kendrick said, my guy ain't going to get out. That's why instead of trying to get away from him, you can always tell this if your guy runs right into the tight end or run right at the running back, it's because he's not supposed to be blitzing. He's playing man, but he's forcing the action. He knows that they're in for pass protection first and then getting out as a check down second. So he makes it so that he's unavailable as a check down. He can't check shit. He just got blown up. But they won quick with that press. Breland knows it. Look at him, he mad. Like, damn, man. You got beat, bro. You got beat. You got Kendricks down here at the bottom of the screen. It's empty backfield. They're playing man. It looks like cover one. Yeah, they're playing cover one, and Barr is playing zone in the middle of the field. Yep. Barr, you were supposed to be helping. That's why they keep taking you out the game for 59. You were supposed to be helping on Adams. Look at that. That's where you should be right there. Why wouldn't you be bracketing Adams? You didn't bracket Adams. I think they were holding on that play too. They got another call. Yep, they got pushed back a little bit. See what they in. What is this? I don't know what this is. They're playing man on the outside. I don't know what the hell that was. That was because it was loose, but I don't know if it was loose man. It was man outside. So it's man outside. Maybe who's playing that slot guy though? If they're man, because 24 is blitzing. Yeah, 24 blitzes. Oh, so in the middle of the field, maybe they're playing zone, or Harrison Smith is in man on the tight end, It's man across the board, and they have hook the flat with Bar. Bar is playing zone, and Xavier Woods is also playing man on the scene. See, so both safeties are playing man right now. They're just waiting for their man to get to him. Barr is playing like heat seeker, meaning he's trying to jump into a hot zone, and Kendricks is blitzing. Yep, Kendricks just blitzed and blew his guy up, and he got rid of that ball fast and didn't get anywhere with it. Good coverage. That was like a cover. That's exotic because you don't even see that. Don't nobody do that. Nobody does that. Look at this, because it looked like cover two. Look at this. You would think cover two, but those guys playing man. Good blitz. He didn't have time to really destroy you on that play. Zimmer knows how a quarterback thinks, though. You can see that because he's confusing the hell out of Aaron Rodgers here. Now they're in cover two here, but look at how long it takes for you to figure out it's cover two. They're already 20 yards off the field by the time I figure it out, and I can, like I said, I can pause this. And here's why. Let me show you. Usually I know what it is by now, right? But they're playing soft cover too, right? So right here, they could be playing stack coverage with outside leverage, right? The only person that's kind of giving away cover two is Barr in the middle of the field, but he could be playing man, covering his tight end. But when you see Kendricks running up the middle, because in cover two you see a middle linebacker have to play that deep middle of the center fielder, and you see Kendricks doing that here. That's the only reason I know it's cover two quick. And the way Patrick Peterson at the top of the screen played his route too. Boom. They just told Rodgers, man, you're not getting the ball deep, bro. You better get rid of it underneath. You ain't getting it deep. We ain't giving it to you. Double A gap, double B gap pressure. Boom. Neither one of them actually do anything. And they playing cover four. Yeah, it looked like playing cover four. Yeah, everybody, all DBs were deep on this play. They had their linebackers trying to jump something underneath. Mm. He's starting to get in the rhythm. All right, look like too high man under. He read that and he said, I'm going to just hand the ball off. Again, a great run fit. All that run fit so far, like I said, other than that draw play, look at every run fit. Boom. 96 already cut this off, and so did Everson Griffith. You're not running outside. And backside, 90 and 98 are there. Bars there too. And Kendricks just says, all right, I'm going to beat you to the spot. And he does. He gets underneath that block. Boom. Great tackle. The nickel comes down and does his thing too. All right. Double B gap pressure. Boom. Only Kendricks comes. Oh, no. Did Kendricks? Where's Kendricks? Where'd he go? Where'd he go that damn fast? Where's Kendricks? Oh, is that him dropping back right there in the middle of the field? Yeah, Kendricks dropped back and coverage, so did Barr. Their bracket coverage out there. This is cover two. Looks like, yeah. Schmack. Yeah, they run a. I like the way he runs his zone concept because I don't even like cover two because of the way we ran it. A lot of teams can't run cover two. He teaches it well because these guys are running. Look at Harris last minute. Now you know it's cover two within the last 3 seconds of the snap. There's no way you could have said, "Hey, it's cover two pre-snap." You had no clue. Now look at what it does. Look how long he had to hold the ball again, and then throw to the flat. That's a win against Aaron Rodgers. You won against Aaron Rodgers. That's a win. All right, looks like too high man under. What is it? Doesn't matter because every time he reads man, you notice what he's doing when he sees two high safeties and man. You're getting a running play every time because he don't even bother. When they playing man, when he reads man, and he got those safeties back, both of them. You don't even bother. Look, go ahead, just run the ball, man. He does this against San Fran this season too. If you watch San Fran's game against the Packers in 2021, they did the same exact thing. They ran the ball like 39 times because they're like, every time we see them in man with two high looks, we ain't gonna bother throwing at that. They didn't bother throwing at it. And that's Aaron Rodgers don't throw at that. So they got that too high look at the last minute. So that's probably why they're throwing the ball. This is cover two as well. He got no time. He threw the ball at the back of his running back's head because he had no time. Why? Because they're confusing the pass protection. They're not even blitzing anybody. Look, nobody blitzes. Boom. Play action. He gets through one progression, two, got to get rid of the ball. Boom. That's beautiful. See what we got here. Look like cover two. Ooh, no, it's man under. All right. Look, right now, Aaron Rodgers is getting through at least his first or second progression. What's open? Not a damn thing. What's open? He about to throw the ball at that. What's open? Nothing. What's open? What's open now? Nothing. What's open? Nothing. What's open? Maybe 81 now is breaking open at the back of the end zone. Boop, and he was. But look at how he had to get him open. That's not, to me, that's not the scheme breaking down. That's just your defensive line not getting home. They got to get home if you cover that long. Look at how long they gave the defensive line to get there. He's already at his second progression, third progression, fourth progression. Fifth progression is 27. Six. He had to go through six different progressions to get that ball off. And then he still had a tight window to throw it into. Harrison Smith was right on that. You know what I'm saying? But they scored, but they earned it. That wasn't you have a bad defense and that's why they're scoring. Score. That was you just didn't make any mistakes when we set you up to make several. You didn't make any. But they set them up to make several mistakes and they just so happened to not make any. I'm not mad at you if that's how you end up losing that type of game. It's not like what I'm watching, like when you watch the score, I don't know what the score is. I gotta check, but when you watch the score and then when you watch what's actually happening on the field, it don't make me mad at all. I like what I see. Oh, they got a run fit that actually worked, huh? What they do. Let's see what they did to get off on this one. They didn't really get that far, but it's probably the most exciting run they had. Let's see what's happening up front. They're gonna key on that motion, that trap motion. Who's keying on it? Griffith. That was on Griffith. And Griffith didn't have to even. He didn't even take on anybody. But it happens. He missed everybody on that play. Cover two. Ran a lot of cover two against Aaron Rodgers. Throws it underneath. Boom. Blows him up. What is it? Man under. Looks like cover one. It is. See what Rodgers does with the football. He had one-on-one with when he saw cover one, he know he had one-on-one with Adams outside. Every time he saw one-on-one Adams outside, he threw him the ball even when he wasn't open. Look, boom. But this made it quick and easy. That's why it's quick and easy against us, because cover one, you could choose your side that you want to deal with. We played so much cover one man that you knew it was one-on-one so much, it encourages you That's why we get a lot of interceptions too, though, because cover one encourages you to throw outside at the corners. You'll get less interceptions in this scheme. You will, because it doesn't encourage you to throw at those corners. It actually you're always covered in this scheme, so it actually you'll get more sacks and less interceptions. And good run fits. Reason being, it ain't a lot of cover one, so it ain't a lot of room for them to bait you into throwing at those corners. So you'll see those 10 and 11 interception days go down to, the fives a season, sixes a season because the way they run their scheme. Unless he uses Diggs like he used Terrence Newman. Terrence Newman was a shutdown guy when he was here. And he also had Anthony Henry. And let's see how many people understand or remember the last time we had a double digit interception guy not named Trayvon Diggs. It was Anthony Henry in his rookie year, actually, with the Browns. He had 10 interceptions. He came here, he had like 5. He was a ball hawk here, but he was a 10 interception guy his rookie year, Anthony Henry. He was a good corner for us, good press guy, good zone cover corner. So they were playing man one side of the field with Terrence Newman and playing zone with Henry, but Henry was a ball hawk. Boom. So play action. Right now, there's nothing open. That drag route is breaking open now. And does he throw the drag? No, he throws the flat. Yeah, they're trying to find ways and creative ways to get Adams the ball because he probably was bitching at halftime. Yeah. Boom. Yep, there you go. All you gotta do right here on these jet motions, I don't know why they never do it, but if I see this motion and I'm 59 or a defensive end or Micah Parsons ever, if you see this motion coming across the screen here, you're not gonna make it if it's a run play. You either got the quarterback to deal with or this receiver, right? Hit that motherfucker right there. Hit the receiver. Hit him. If he's in the backfield, hit him. If you hit him, that play is busted every time. And then you hit him and then go get the quarterback. One of y'all should be hitting him though. See, and he 59 realizes it late. But if you just think like that anyway, like I don't care what this play is for me or what was called for me to do. If I see a right or wide receiver on a jet motion like that, I'm thinking reverse. You will never get one off because I'm gonna hit him every time. Get upfield and just hit him, and you're gonna guess right eventually because they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it 1 to 4 times a game. If you're playing San Fran, you might get 10 times a game with Debo. But if you see that coming across the screen, hit him. Hit him. Let's see what they're doing here. Boop. Kendrick still, man. Great run fit right there, man. Right through the block. He still makes the tackle. And that could have been a good run had he not been so stout right there. Play action. Play action don't fool shit. Kendrick still got good depth. They're still in looks like cover two. I don't know this is not cover two. They playing soft man outside with 2 high safeties. See, you're discouraged from throwing at these corners. Like you throw at a corner here, you're crazy. There's nobody to throw it. When they play man, there's nowhere to go with the ball really, unless you run around like he is. Look at what Rodgers had to do to win this game. Though Rodgers is winning this game off of sheer will and improvising. None of the plays that they called so far, except for maybe one, none of the plays they called have worked, except for that drag route that they ran at the beginning of the game and called them in cover 3. That was a good one. Other than that, these are improv type plays. He's improving. He's improvising. You know what I'm saying? He's winning the game off of will. But when you look at scheme for scheme, scheme versus scheme, they're losing as far as the scheme goes. As far as the scheme goes, Zimmer's winning. Zimmer's scheme looks better than their offensive scheme. That reverse was good though, because Xavier Woods missed it. Watch Xavier. You want this one, Xavier. Come on, man. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, Xavier wants this one back because he ran the alley, ran down the alley real well. You got outside help with Pat Pete. Yeah, he just missed that one. He wants that one back. That'd have been a good bang bang tackle too. Cover three. Look at Rogers standing back there. Look who's pass rushing. Nobody. He got 10 people in coverage. Those guys are covering the flats. They maybe got two defensive ends rushing. So they got 9 guys running out. Look at this. Who's open? Not a damn soul. Look. Ew. That's all improv. See what I'm saying? That's a good scheme. That's just better quarterbacking. Because they giving him all types of shit to think about. But watch this. Improv. This all Rodgers, man. Look at this. Boom. Those guys are covering that play action. Everson Griffin is even covering the reverse. That's what happens when you get beat on reverses, though. It makes your defense kind of spread out like that. Start watching that motion. But look at this. Aaron sees that. That is a hell of a throw. That was a hell of a throw. Damn. He just flicked the ball. It wasn't even a real look at this flick. Look at the flick of the wrist. Boom. Beautiful. Let me show that one more time, man. Look how close that is. Like, and he just flicked it in there. That's crazy. Our game almost over. We almost done. Let me get back to their defense. Running to get some space. You see, they starting to get a little fatigued in there against the run. They still ain't giving up big runs though, but they starting to get past the defensive line. Let's watch why. So yeah, the defensive line is still doing its thing, but those defensive ends getting carried. You know, they getting carried backwards. Kendricks is still right there to make his plays though. I think where's Barr at? Barr out there, yeah, he right there. Running again. Yeah, they still was stout against the run. Stout against the run this entire game. Even though Aaron Jones ain't there though, so that's part of the reason. I like it though. Damn, Harrison Smith on a wild blitz. Jesus Christ. Damn. Did you see that blitz? Watch this blitz. First off, where did it come from? Because it wasn't like it didn't look like he was blitzing. But this is why when you show blitz the entire game and never do it, why blitz can surprise you. But look at now, you wouldn't think this is a blitz because they got 3 safeties on the field. This is their big nickel. Right, got 3 safeties on the field, and you got Harrison Smith in the slot. So you would think that he has to guard this guy, especially when you look at the alignment of Barr and you look at the alignment of Kendricks. It looks like they probably can't possibly be blitzing because you're like, hey, 42 is going to have to cover a lot of ground to cover man. You're basically leaving this guy wide open at the snap. Watch this. Look, boom. Now that right here, last second, maybe you could figure it out because those guys are stacked right behind each other and Harrison looks like he's about to start sprinting. Too late for the line. The quarterback knows, but the line doesn't because it's too late for the line to call anything, right? Now watch this. They couldn't call a slide, right? But watch this. That's a left tackle he's dealing with. He's not running at a, tight end. Look at what he does to this dude. Boop. Look what Harrison Smith just did to that left tackle. Then the running back, then gets a sack. That was a hell of a play by Harrison. He hurt all of them too. Look at Harrison Smith. Watch this. Watch 74. Smack. Physical. Smack. Smack. Look at Rodgers getting up though. Look at Rodgers. Harrison Smith caught a body right there, man. Yo, that dude's scary, man. Look at this. That's scary. That was some scary shit right there. Damn. I like that though. There he is again trying to kill him. Harrison Smith a load, man. That was a hell of a play. Hell of a play. There goes double A gap pressure again. Nobody's coming though. Boom. Man, I love that play. Look at that. See what I said? Scheme. The scheme is working. Execution on this play is horrible. Because look at this right here. You won already, and he's covered. Y'all won. He called the right play. Y'all got in position. Didn't make the play here. Got to make that play. And if you don't make the play up front, you got to make that tackle right there. 23, Xavier Woods. That's why your ass got sent out of here. Ugh. Excuse me. Boom. And you kind of loaf on the pursuit too. But yeah, he shouldn't even got off nowhere on that play. He called the right play. It's just didn't execute. Boom. They scared him with that jet motion, and boom, get a little bit on the outside. See what they ran. Looks like man. Yeah. Look, this is how they getting their runoff. They gotta do a little trickery. Look at this. What's this? Black magic. He's a witch. Bar. Great run fit. Look at Bar's fit. Kendricks call that out though. Smack. Great fit. Nothing to do with the ball. Harrison Smith coming again. Look at that. They're trying to get this little bubble screen off, but he can't. So he has to hold the ball forever. Harrison almost got him again. So Harrison got blitzed probably like 5 times this game. Come on, how you lose that? What y'all doing, man? Piss me off. He calling a good game and y'all tripping. Look at this. What happens here? Alexander, how you get beat? Let's see what he does to you. Oh, he didn't even do nothing. He just gave you a little shimmy. Oh, you gotta stay on that man. Damn. They was in a zero coverage where those guys on the outside were all of them. Everybody's one on one. When you got everybody one on one like that, you got to win fast, which they did. But they also won fast when it came to their routes. He called Alexander in quicksand. He just left him. And I don't know, like in a crucial situation, I would have Pat Pete in that situation, Zim, if I were you, because it just didn't make sense for you to be not anywhere near the best receiver on their team in a crucial moment like that for them to win the game. It sounds stupid. That's stupid. Oh, they won the game though. Oh, so they beat Green Bay. So I guess it was 34 to 30 to 31 Minnesota. Yeah. Micah doesn't have to do everything, man. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have to do everything. You say you got Okoye admitting what to some degree? What did I admit? What are y'all talking about in here, man? Oh, you talking about the WWNFL? Shut up, man. You come in here causing trouble, John S. I see you, man. Yeah, I already know you ain't going on it. Go on it. I ain't got time to go on it either. I'm done. I'm tired, man. Y'all got me. But appreciate y'all jumping on late. Like I said, I was just on Boss Show too, so super tired. Um Okoye brother, what do you say? Okoye brother, I don't know where you learn how to break down film or who coached you growing up, but you are a hands and head above everyone else, my brother. No diss to anyone. Thank you. I appreciate that, good brother. Really do. Nobody taught me how to watch film. I just watch it. I remember Zimmer's defense back in the day. He was a master of doing more with less. What his defense lacked in talent, they made up for with violence and scheme. Welcome home, coach. That is the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. On think about Terrence Newman was such a superior athlete that he could afford to slow down in areas. A guy like Revis, who was a 4-5 guy in his prime, couldn't lose any speed. Yeah, Terrence Newman could play; he would bait you. Barr was a liability in Minnesota too, though. He couldn't cover at the end of his career to save his life. And the best play in football was to run like a tight end or receiver into his zone. Yeah, yeah, that was his best play at the end of his career. That's all he could do. Big boys, Harrison Phillips was underrated in that defense. All right, let's see. All right, well, y'all got to look at him. I was excited too. I said, let me strike while the iron's hot on him and just take a look. But yeah, I like what I saw in that scheme, especially in that game. When you look at Aaron Rodgers for that entire game, even the plays they made, they all were improv plays. Not one play was, hey man, they drew up a play that beat this defense, right? Not one. Every play that they beat them with, they didn't do shit on the ground, but every play that they beat them with was gadget plays or something improvised, where it's like you look desperate. You know what I mean? If you do that without talent, just think about what he does with this kind of talent. Do you think if he improves our defense, our offense will benefit in practice? I mean, I think that's automatic. I mean, AJ Medell, appreciate the $5. Yeah, that's automatic. It's automatic. I think we got everybody. Let me see. You say your defense got destroyed by Shanahan's tree this year. Um, I don't get what game that was. Where? You mean in Green Bay? You mean LaFleur? That wasn't a defense getting destroyed. That was no defense. Yeah, I mean, it was a play action pass to a tight end on a rail route. You know what I mean? That he was wide open. It was a bunch of dig routes against loose zone, and we never played zone all year. So our defense didn't get killed. Whatever the hell Dan Quinn rolled out got killed. Uh, yeah, and that wasn't because we were playing our best defense though. We didn't play any man or not much man in that game. You know what I mean? That wasn't us. So to say that that was like hard for us to stop, it's not true. We know how to stop them. We could stop LaFleur. We could stop Shanahan. That's not a problem. Our issue wasn't stopping them. Our issue was whatever the fuck Dan Quinn was doing. That was our issue. But I ain't gonna argue with y'all. It's too late. I gotta go. But I'm going to say what's up, say peace to everybody. We could argue later. It don't really matter. I don't got time for that shit right now. Not even trying to be dismissed. I just don't really got time. I'm tired, man. Our draft is probably going to be O line heavy, or run back heavy, or D line heavy plus linebacker. Yeah, you're gonna get two linebackers in this draft and a running back. Yep, I'm still live, Curdy the Great, but I'm gone now though. He ran a 4.3, then a 3.4 in Dallas, and went back to 4.3 in Minnesota base anyway. Yeah, I think because of the 3.4 though, he started liking super big defensive ends. So he has four instead of him coming in like the traditional 4.3 guys with a three tech and a pass rusher. Half the line of scrimmage is a pass rush. So a pass rushing defensive tackle and a pass rushing edge. Remember, he likes three techs that are like run stopping three techs that are beasts, like Geno Atkins. Remember that? You know what I mean? He has guys like that next to a real one tech. He had that kid, the Samoan kid, number 96, I forget. Poe, I think his name was. Yeah, him over there. I think it was Poe. I don't remember. Then he also had Dunlap in Cincinnati. And then this other dude, man, this ogre. He had this big ogre over there, man. But yeah, he likes defensive linemen that are huge. All of them are pretty big. So I think even Sam Williams, who's 270, and D Law, who's 270, 280, those guys he'll play those guys at the edge a lot more, I think, than Micah Parsons. I think Micah Parsons is gonna be in the middle of the field. I really do, but we won't know until it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's gonna be in the middle of the field. All right. Let me see. One other super chat I forgot. Sorry about that, Abram. If you're still on. Yo, Okoye, love your work, man. I'm good with Mike Z, but do you think he can help them to not be tired in the playoffs based on what D Law said? Um, I mean, he's gonna run the hell out of them. What you saw out of his team, they were prepared and they were athletic. So I mean, of course. Of course. He an old school coach. But gotta go. I already lied. I lied and said I was gonna go home at 11 o'clock. I'm in trouble already. But peace. I'm about to get cashed out when I get home.